What does her work matters mean to you?
Two Black women navigating their journeys, sharing their experiences,
creating a safe space,
and being authentic.
Rooted in abundance and evolution.
Welcome to the pod.
Hey everybody! Welcome back to another episode of Her Work Matters. Today, it's the same day.
Okay, it's the same day, but we're on episode 2 now, y'all. Okay, I ain't gonna say what episode because we don't know.
We just don't know the episode.
We're just gonna we're on a new episode.
Ooh,
we're back,
y'all. This one is a little Now, I want to say something. We picked these topics out last year.
Yes,
we did not know.
We did
how the rest of the year was going to play out, and like how our personal lives was going to start
life.
And also the things that we talk about kind of started happening.
Yes,
in some
areas.
Yes, that's the word I'm looking for.
Areas, yes.
I don't know why when the camera get on, I act like I can't talk. Like, you are educated.
Girl,
come on. Use your common sense. Okay.
I'm weak.
But this episode, we're going to be talking about hypervigilance versus empathy. Y'all, I don't think I'm an empath anymore.
Yeah, I realize I am not either.
This whole time, baby, I'm the poster child for being an empath. Like, I will tell you, I'm empathetic.
Okay. I will cry with somebody else.
Like, I will, and I think a part of it is me being empathetic, but once I realized what hypervigilance is, I was like, oh, trauma. Like, why is everything rooted in trauma? Like, I'm tired of having to learning new
traumas. Because at some point, it's like, dang, all these can't be okay. That's how I be feeling. All these can't be traumas.
And then I be
something
like,
has to.
Well, did everybody experience?
Okay,
like,
was it just
like, was just
like, or how are y'all coping with this?
Hello,
or do y'all even know?
Do you know? Probably
maybe
not
that's
know.
what they don't know, so they just.
I mean, honestly, if it wasn't for this podcast,
where would we be? Where would we be? Because you remember when we started? We always go where we started because y'all.
It was a mess.
It was. We were saying some stuff. No, I'm not saying it all
not
bad, but
like,
I'm saying we did have a certain opinions and viewpoints that have shifted.
Yes, for sure.
We have had some, which is good.
It's good. That's the point.
That's the whole point. That was the whole point to document our growth. See.
Yes. All right. Anyway, y'all.
Okay.
Sorry. So for definition purposes, we could just give those so that everybody knows. So empathy is just the awareness of another person's perspective. That's pretty much being empathetic, like you know how they feel. Or also, I would say for me, when I feel like I've been through that situation, like I know for a fact I know how you feel, like that's where my empathy kicks up.
Because I've been there for real.
I might cry for real.
Yes,
especially if it's something girl, what? I know how you feel.
Yes, it'd be a lot.
So that's empathy. The definition I have for hypervigilance is when you are always focused on how people feel, what they're thinking, and when you're aware of any mood changes, like anything small, and I feel, I saw it, and I got examples too. But for me, when I read that, I immediately thought like to my childhood of like, when an adult come in the room, you like, like, okay, am I doing it?
Okay, make sure I'm not doing that to get in trouble.
Like, okay.
Yeah.
But I feel like even as an adult, I saw, this is what I saw that reminded me of. I saw a TikTok yesterday when I was doing my research, and it was like, hypervigilance can show up in you not allowing yourself to rest. So the TikTok was, this girl was sitting down on the couch and she was just scrolling on her phone, laying down, and then somebody came in the door and she like threw her phone down and started reading a book like she was being productive. And I was like, literally, like, I do that all the time. I do stuff
like that, yeah.
And it'd be like, you don't have to.
Yeah, like who are you performing for?
Who are you performing for? Because the person you was performing for, you don't stay with them. Like, I don't stay with my parents, so I was like you don't have to perform for yourself. Like you. But it also be like a part. I feel like a part of me still lives in that space.
In my head. I feel like for me it's in my head. Like I know that I don't have to perform for anybody, but I feel like in certain instances I may in my head be like, you know, you should be doing something productive. So I would just like kind of be like, okay, well let me you know, find something or act like I'm doing something. It's like, girl, who is watching? Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Nobody was watching. Or even like I even notice it like sometimes with work. I may have been like working all morning and then like I take a little break and then I may feel like, oh, you know, somebody may call me or something like that and it's like, okay, now I need to be like working, but it's like, girl, you've been working, you was just taking a little breather. It's okay. Like we don't have to overthink like, oh, I don't want them to think that I wasn't, you know, and it's like they're not thinking that. Nobody's thinking
You're
that.
thinking that.
See, yeah, that's that overthink. I feel like overthinking and hypervigilance. Nobody's gonna tell me that. Go together.
Something about that VIG.
Yes, I feel like they go together because it's like when you're overthinking, you are thinking about what other people think about you. You are thinking about, you know,
heavily.
Everything that you're thinking about yourself, you think they're thinking about you, which makes you have to perform in a certain way because you feel like you need to show up a certain way that you're not. When you actually are showing up just fine. It's you in your head telling yourself that you're not. And so even when I feel like, okay, maybe I'm being like empathetic, like, oh my gosh, I feel that or I understand that, it's more, I feel like it's more so like sometimes it may be, I feel like this is the reaction they want from me sometimes, or like I'm supposed to give this, but I don't know if I truly feel like this right now. But I know this is how normal people react. That's why I'm like, this is how normal people usually will react. So this is how
I'm supposed to.
Yes, even though if that's not how I may feel in the moment. And sometimes for me, I'm a person, stuff just got a process for me. I am a processor. Like it's nothing personal. Like I really just need to process things. Cause when I hear things that may be surprising or something, it's just like a lot to take in. So it's nothing. I don't want people to take so away. So I just be having to react quickly, like, you know, like give them the reaction I feel like they would want or that I would want to receive in that moment. So I feel.
But I don't know.
I hope y'all understand what I mean.
No, I definitely understand. It's like you want to make the person feel like you want to validate them, but I don't necessarily agree. I don't know if I necessarily agree with how I'm validating you.
Yes, like am I doing it in the right way or am I just like, you know,
just doing what you want me to do?
Because I don't want to be that person. Like of course I want to be there for you or be that person that can show up and be a person that you can use as a soundboard when you need it, but I also want to hold you accountable still. I don't want to just be giving all this grace and passes because, oh, well, I don't want them to feel a certain type of way or I don't want them to feel like I don't support them. And now I'm not being truly honest. Because it's like now I'm starting to enable you by being another one of those people who just, oh, that's just, you know, how they are. Or, you know, I understand. And it's like, you know, I understand why they are the way they are, but it's like, that don't mean it's okay to show up like that. So now I'm still being overprotective with how I'm showing up for you because I don't want you to feel like you need to show up any differently, but I'm showing up differently.
But I'm doing myself a disservice by showing up differently than I would want to make you feel okay or comfortable. Yes.
And at some point, that's not going to last too long because it's like...
It's not. Because I'm about to bust out the scene.
Yes.
Because I'm getting... my inner self is getting frustrated because this doesn't align with
what I know and what I align with, and I'm trying to make room for it, and I can't because I know when you know better, you can't just unknow it. I feel like that's more so what it is. It's one thing to be in something and you like you trying to do better, but it's like I really don't know. I'm still trying to figure it out.
Absolutely.
And then when you really know, and you like, Lord, I'm just trying to make this work, and I know this ain't gonna work.
It's not gonna work.
I need to shift, and I'm not shifting.
I'm not shifting.
Why am I gonna stay in this cycle? Because at some point, this is gonna start to hold back what is really supposed to bless me. Because now I'm missing out on my blessings because of what I'm holding on to or what I won't change for me. And it's like sometimes changing for you does involve changing some family members or not changing the space. I was gonna say not changing family members, but changing the space. Changing the space. Like you ain't have to distance yourself, or you may have to like stop dealing with certain friends or in certain relationships, and it's like I have to, because I feel like I'm blocking it by staying where I know I'm not supposed to be, and God is not gonna let me have that. I'm not about to bless no mess. Especially when you know better.
Ooh, especially
it's not like you don't know, you do know.
And I know that you know.
And it's like he's waiting on you to be real with yourself, because I know God's waiting on me to be real with myself. Like he'd be like, you know, and you know, because you in the midst of it and you're saying it, yet you're still functioning in it, and you know,
because you think about it. You don't pray to me about it. You want me to change it, but you don't want to do nothing.
You don't want to do anything.
Again, like I said, wanting things to just
happen and expecting them to just be just like, oh, okay. I think more so, it's not that we're waiting for them. It's like, okay, God, I know what I need to be doing. I'm working towards it. Okay, now what are you gonna do? But he's like, okay, I need you to do more than work towards it. Do it. Stop saying I'm working towards it. Do it.
Where's the execution, baby?
Yes, because you always working towards something. But when are you finally going to execute?
When are we doing it?
And lock down in and tap in?
When is the start date, girl?
When is it? Whew. And I kind of feel like that's kind of what he be waiting on. It's like, okay, you know, I know we talked about this, and this is what you want to happen, and you know, this is aligning with what I have for you and for what I need you to do for me. But you got some things.
Okay.
And he's just waiting for us to let some of those things go, because we think we need those things, but we don't. But we be thinking we need them things so bad.
Hard, bad.
What am I gonna do without it?
Live. Okay, I'm trying to show you a better life, but
I can't even take you there. I can't. Oh my gosh, I literally was listening to Fill in the Blank this morning, and Ayana was talking about, you know, the image of like Jesus having the big teddy bear behind his back, and the kid not like, no, but I like teddy bear, but he got a big one for you. It's like, baby, but I want my teddy bear. This is the one I know. This is my comfort bear.
Like,
but it's like, I'm finna give you a bear that's gonna hug you back.
Okay.
I'm trying to give you something that's gonna hug you back, and not you having to do all the hugging.
Ooh.
I want to give you something that you pour into and it's gonna pour back into you.
Okay. So let go.
Yes. Ooh, I don't know what we went from.
That was not had nothing to do with that. But I guess the Lord had a message.
Okay, because I don't know where that came from.
The Lord had a message.
Know where that
for
came
y'all
from.
and us. So.
But I felt like something was happening right now.
Right.
I really did.
Well, we gonna wrap back around.
Okay. Whoa.
So I feel like hyper vigilance. I feel like I've seen it. I've lived it so much now that I'm starting to reflect on the way I respond to certain things. So, for example, hypervigilance can look like being startled easy, not being able to concentrate during conversations, and chronically focus on what other people are thinking and feeling about you.
Ooh.
When I tell you,
ooh,
it has been times when I've been talking to people and I don't know what they're talking about, but I'm worried. I'm worried about what they think about me while they're talking to me. Yes. I don't even know what you said. I don't even know what you said, honey.
Recently. I experienced this recently, and it's so bad to the point, because like the ending where you saying like where after you have experience with somebody, you're thinking about what they think about you. I've had that happen to me recently, and it was like I was really thinking about that for 2 days. I know, for 2 days. I was just like, I hope they don't look at me differently because of that situation. Yeah. And it wasn't even a bad situation. It was just, I was just like overly self-conscious, because I'm like, oh, this is not how I'm usually showing up, or this is not how I usually am, and like, oh my gosh, like I messed up. And it's like, no, you didn't mess up, you had a little moment. But yes, that really was on my mind for 2 days.
No, I believe you, because I know for me, one little anything embarrassing or
that I feel is embarrassing.
I feel like
I don't even know if they know.
I don't make a fool out of myself. Oh baby. That's the I be having all right. That's enough. It's nothing we can do about it. Like that was 3 days ago, and that person is moved on, and so should you. I really need to. Yes, it'd be like that, and I feel like I would be a person that be stuck with it, because I'm like,
replaying it over and over in my head, like trying to see like, what did anybody just make a face, or they like,
let me scan the room.
Yeah.
Let me scope the scenery.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I be doing. I need to stop doing it because it's like some people just like be taking interactions as interactions. They're like, you know, but me, I feel like I just can't let them go. And I'm not even a person who, when after I hang out with somebody, I'm continuously thinking about our interactions. I'm just thinking about me.
I don't even know what you see.
I don't even know. I'm just like, I know we had a great time, but
Yep.
like, I hope I didn't do too much.
I hope
I didn't overtalk them. Did I?
They even get to say what they want.
Okay. I hope I didn't do too much. You know how people be like, nobody likes when like somebody tells you something and you have something to relate. But it's like, I'm not doing
But I
it.
don't. But I'm not trying to take over.
I'm not trying to. I just
want
can
you to know
relate.
I feel you.
I understand where you're coming from. I've been there. Like,
feel
it's
you.
not.
I don't want to take over.
I just be like, I hope they know I mean well, which I know my friends know I mean well. Like, they don't take it like that. But
No,
it just
we definitely be like, okay, cool.
yes, like.
She had to get it off her chest.
But
Yeah,
I feel like
circle
other people that don't really know me, they might be like, whoa, that was a lot.
Like,
I don't know.
but I be like, it be in our head.
Yeah,
It be
it's
in our
us.
head.
It's not them. It's us.
It's not, because again, those people are so far removed from that conversation.
Okay.
Meanwhile, we still living it.
We still be playing it over and over and over.
One more thing I want to say from the research that I found. The main difference between empathy and hypervigilance is that when we empathize with people, we don't violate our boundaries. We don't neglect ourselves, and we don't consistently put other people's needs before our own. So, baby, when I read that last night, I said, wow. So, I am an empath, but sometimes that hypervigilance be right
On my back.
On my back.
Yeah.
Because I will say I could definitely agree and say that I have shown up for people when I didn't.
Yes.
Like,
I have.
because
I know they needed me in
I
that
know
moment.
you need me.
Yes. And I
But
still want to.
I do still want
Yes.
to. However, I might not have it. And so I think hypervigilance will have literally that hyper part will literally, ooh, excuse me, sorry my mic. Didn't mean to mess up the audio. That hyper part will really have you like on edge.
Yes.
Like it literally will make you feel like your anxiety is up, but it's like more so of a you need to do like somebody tell you,
Like,
you need to do this,
and you need to do it now. And you need to do it now. That's how I be feeling like now, like right now.
But it's
yes, I definitely like anytime like my friends text me say they need something. I'm yes, like yes, I don't even know. Yes, I don't know what it is. Yes,
I don't even know what it is
because you need me to show up and I'm showing up.
And I'm showing up.
Like yes, but I do feel like I also am good at having boundaries too. Where it's like if I can't, I'm okay with expressing like I can't because. So you not thinking like she just don't want to know I have something else. Something that was already here. Yeah. So I can't. But be able to communicate that. Because I feel like that plays part to it too. Because I feel like when you don't communicate it, it's like, well, I don't want them to think I just didn't want to do it. Yeah. Whereas if you already let them know up front, it's like, okay, yeah, I understand.
Yep. It's more so like I'm covered.
I'm covering my bases. I'm covering my bases. So I don't even have to get in my head about it because I know I covered my bases.
What I need to do.
Yes.
Because, and then sometimes, even after that, I still might get in my head. Because it's like, okay, well.
How bad did they need me?
Okay, like, you couldn't, like, for me, it'd be like, well, you couldn't just stop doing this to, like, just be present for a second. But it's like, I don't got the second, though.
I don't. And, like, honestly, me trying to find a second is going to have me not as present as you or I need to be. So I just kind of don't need to do it if I'm not fully present.
I just don't at all.
Yes, because I don't want to like half-ass you like that because you don't deserve that. You don't. But that's kind of all I got right now. So
that's all I have, and I'm sorry, sweetie.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, but I think with that though, when you have people around you that understand you and like are aware of your boundaries and respect your boundaries, it's not gonna be an issue. It's
not an issue because they already know. It's like it's not even personal. I feel like when you know your people and understand their boundaries, nothing is taken personal really anymore. Because it's like I know that ain't got nothing to do with me. I know her. I know that's my girl.
I know her.
I know her. That's my girl. Like
I know.
know.
She ain't.
Okay, she just need a little minute. She gonna jump back. We're gonna be right back to it. Kiki.
Absolutely. And I don't know. Now, just doing all that research just gained a whole different perspective.
Yeah.
Again, when you know stuff, you can't unknow it.
You can't unknow it. So now I know when I'm being hyper vigilant.
So now
I know.
have to find some tools to
yes.
calm myself down when I'm overthinking.
So we should have with this episode.
We should.
Like when we put this episode out,
Oh,
do the
yeah,
tools
yeah.
like that go with it. We can research some tools to like post to go after we drop the episode or something. Yo, I just need to say it just so we know, so we don't forget.
Cause baby.
Okay, like.
We don't got no footage.
Okay, I'm gonna say it. Somebody needs to
receipt.
say it because we will forget. Like, what did we say we was
What
gonna
was
do?
it?
Because it was a good idea. We just,
Ooh, girl,
I forgot. Came and gone. Woo.
Ooh. Okay, I'm gonna put that in my notes.
Okay.
For
Yes, let me do that too. So, if you put it in the share note, then
okay, I'll put it in there.
so I know we both can do research on that.
Yeah, y'all. I don't know what else I had to say.
You
You got some notes?
no, girl, no. I told you I didn't have
the
the notes I had for the other episode we did was a long time ago. The first episodes. But no, I want to say that I'm glad I know the difference now because I feel like before I definitely thought I was a more empathetic person, and I did know I was a little hyper vigilant because y'all know when we episode before when we did the test,
Yes.
and they had said that, but I don't think I thought about it in the sense of when I'm interacting with people all the time. I thought it was more so situational. So to know that most of the time I am like. Any interactions I have, even just going to the grocery store and interacting with somebody for a few minutes, the cashier, I'm overthinking that.
Yes.
And so that is letting me know, like, okay, yeah, you need to check that and find some tools because you do that more often than you think you do. It's not situational. It's not situational. So
that is very true.
yes.
Because I be quick to say no. That was just this.
Yeah, and
But
it's
then you start
happening
looking
more
at,
often.
okay.
Yes, and then you like, ooh, I
Roll
need
the
to check.
footage.
Okay, and it start rolling. The B-roll be going.
Okay, but I just be like, why are you so anxious all the time?
Yes,
Girl,
like calm down.
Who? I don't know. I just be trying to go back in my mind and like.
I mean, I feel like I know. We talked about it in one of the episodes before when we were talking about how, or maybe we didn't, or maybe that's something I want to talk about. Maybe I listened to another podcast. I want to talk about that. No, I'm thinking we were talking about because it's talking about being like, you know, the child we were growing up, the type of child we were, and so it's like you want to be good, you want to show up in a certain way to people, you want people to like, you know how people talk about it, it's like, oh, she's such a good child, she's so smart, she's so da da da. We're used to that, so it's like as adults we don't necessarily grow out of that, so we're still like wanting to present as that, and you know, as you grow up, you start to learn different things, you have more flaws.
Absolutely
so now you're more self-conscious about yourself because when you was a kid I wasn't thinking about that I talked too much. I was just talking.
I was talking, and then when you did tell me I don't care.
Now I'm self-conscious about it because y'all told me I talk too much, so now
I don't want to talk.
Yeah, so I feel like that's kind of we kind of talk about where they stand from a little bit.
But you want to know something that I was thinking about, like we remember so much negative like situations or feelings that we had growing up, and then when I be trying to think about the positive stuff, it be so cloudy, and I be like, I know my life was like my childhood was.
It wasn't terrible. It was not terrible, but I feel like it's because I hold on to those things more. Because I feel like, you know, I do have a lot of good times growing up and with my family and stuff like that, and I do know I have that, but it's like when those traumatic things did happen, they did make a large imprint because it was like, ooh, like that. Yeah, that shocked me.
Yeah.
That wasn't supposed to happen to me.
Me?
Like, what? Okay. So it kind of stick with us more, and it's like, well, I remember that, especially because we're the type of people, it's like, oh, that ain't gonna happen to us again. Like,
baby.
Yeah, we not.
I
know me. I'm not gonna keep going through something more than one time.
I'm not. I can help it.
That's what I'm saying. If I can help it and I can, you know, learn from this, I'm gonna do it as quickly as possible because I don't like getting hurt. I don't like feeling a certain type of way.
Okay.
And I don't want to keep repeating this. I'm definitely not. I don't.
Mm-hmm.
It's not fun.
It's not fun. This is uncomfortable.
And it's like, dang, how many times am I gonna keep beating myself up like that?
Okay. Cause girl, do something different.
I gotta save me.
I have to, cause I'm all I got.
Nobody's coming to save
Nobody's coming to save us.
So it's like either you're gonna get it or you're gonna stay in it.
Ooh.
So yeah.
What did girl say on TikTok? Y'all just gonna have to go through some more
Okay,
stuff.
y'all gonna go through some more stuff. That's what she said. I don't know what to tell y'all.
She said
you gonna have to keep going through
that's
it,
just
baby.
it. You just gonna have to keep going through it until you get tired.
Until you get woe down. And I don't want you to get woe down.
Okay, because it
God
might be
don't
hard for
want
you to
down.
come back up.
Okay? It's
Because
you gonna be able to come, but it's gonna be hard to come back up.
Yes, and you gotta pick yourself back up.
Yes.
Like you should have stopped yourself from getting there. Now you have to work backwards.
You should have stopped when your knees started buckling.
Woo.
That's when you should have stopped. When your knees
Started buckling. When them ankles started turning.
Okay? When you realize I cannot hold it any longer, I need help, that's when you should have let some stuff go.
When them hands got off 10 and 2, and you started, and you got off on the side of the road and it said, you should have gave it over.
They should have gave it over. You started sliding. Woo. You got yourself back that first time, but the next couple slides was like, whoa. Had to come tow truck, come and I'm still going. Stop. Okay. All right,
y'all. That was hypervigilance and I was about to say an emotion.
And empathy. We gonna have some tools for y'all because we need tools ourselves to put on tools
for all of us.
Yes, for all of us to know how to deal with this. So for this episode, drop some tools.
If you got some.
If you drop some tools or the emoji tools. That's what I was talking about, to let us know that you was watching the episode and that you finished it all the way through. That's how we know.
That's how we gonna know.
Yes, drop some tools, some keys. Maybe let's
is.
drop some keys down there.
That'll be cute.
Yeah.
Key.
Yeah, let's do keys.
That's how we're gonna know if you really locked in.
Yes.
Okay.
If we locked in, they was switching up. Okay.
Okay. Let me see. Where is my affirmation?
I have mine.
Oh, you can go ahead.
Okay. So my affirmation for this one says, "Forgive yourself for the choices you made when you were not well. You were operating from your best level of awareness at the time. You were being human.
You were being
human.
I love that.
You were being
I
human.
love that.
We are not Jesus. We are not God. We are humans.
Jesus. We are not the Lord and Savior.
We are having human experiences with other humans who may not be doing the work like we are. So it's okay. Just pick yourself up.
Pick yourself up.
Pick yourself up.
Because that's the only thing you can control.
Okay.
Is yourself.
Thank you.
You can't control how everybody else
and
show
you can't
up.
change nobody else's mind about how they feel about their situation or you or anything. So there's no need to overthink about how our interaction was with them. Because as long as we're showing up as we are supposed to, again,
you're good. You're good.
You're good.
And they're also human too, so they probably worry about their
Exactly. They ain't even got time to think about you because they got their own human experience happening.
I'm trying to think about what I gotta do next.
So we all just need to have grace for each other, but also hold each other accountable when it is needed to. Grace and accountability go hand in hand.
Yeah, they do. They do.
Okay. Don't be too empathetic where you start being an enabler.
Don't be naive.
Okay.
Now you slipping and sliding.
Okay. Now you need to call the tow truck.
Ooh.
The tow truck is Jesus. He's the only one that can
He's the only one that can
He's the only one coming to save you.
Yeah.
And he ain't doing all the work either. He still needs you to put in some effort.
Okay.
This is a recurring theme here. Clearly.
He done came and brought the tow truck 3 times in the same month.
Okay.
Now the next, he's not coming.
No, because sometimes he just gotta give you to. We ain't gonna get into all that.
Sometimes you gotta find your own tow truck.
Okay. Because he said, "Listen, you not gonna learn until."
I keep calling them. You keep calling them this. Girl.
I'm literally putting you in the truck and you running right back to.
I put you in the truck and you slid right on off the road again. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Literally. Yeah. Oh my God.
Like, come on. Come on now.
Whew, okay. All right. Enough of my parables. My affirmation is your triggers and emotional reactions are reminders of what still needs to be healed. Ultimately, because that hypervigilance is nothing but trauma
and you're
that you need to assess, and you are responsible for your own trauma. You may not be responsible for how it happened.
Yep.
But you are responsible for fixing it.
You are responsible for dealing with it and fixing it. Acknowledge and start to review and start to process.
And I just want to say, because I know healing is, first of all, healing is not
linear.
Correct. You gonna be healing. You gonna have to come back.
Yeah.
You might have to come back to that one thing that you thought you had together because
it'll show up different.
you got tested and you didn't show up the way you thought you was gonna show up. However, this is for me. You gotta show up. You can't just not do anything and expect different. You can't just keep doing the same thing and expect different. You gotta you have to choose something. You have to choose something. And I think when you get stuck and when you get stuck in your trauma, this is going into the next episode. So stay with me. When trauma gets stuck in your body, that is all you know. And so that's familiar to you. Yes, your body remembers that feeling. So when you start feeling that feeling again, you gonna start.
I need to show up as quickly as what I how do I cope? How do I cope?
So I can get this feeling outside of my body.
Yes.
So if the easiest thing for me to do is to show up, not how I want to, that's what I'm gonna do because I need to get out of here.
Now
it's uncomfy. I'm hot. I'm sweating.
And it's like I want to get out of it as quickly as possible. So it's like you're gonna keep going through it until you actually fix it and stop trying to comfort it.
Ooh, coddling yourself.
You have to
let
fix
yourself go.
Yes, let yourself go. Give yourself up.
Ooh,
give yourself up.
Cause you rocking.
You keep trying to hold yourself in. Of course, you're gonna want to protect yourself at all times. But sometimes you gotta go through it to get through it. So we gotta just move. Woo, yes, you gotta work through that trauma, and sometimes you gotta be the first one to do it.
Oh,
see, this is going into
going to the next. Okay, stay tuned to the next episode. Okay, all right.
So y'all know everything is gonna come after this. You know, follow us on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter. Her Work Matters. Everything's gonna be at the end.
Yes.
Like, comment, subscribe on the YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and drop the keys in the comments if you are getting the tools. Okay, and made it to the end.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Okay, we will see y'all on the next one.
Bye.